Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. This is At Home With, and today we are talking with Mandy. So,
What's
Mandy, how
up?
are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. Great.
Good
So,
to hear.
yeah. So, we wanted to ask you a couple questions, see what's going on with you this year,
Mhm.
and just wanted to check up on you and see how you're doing. So, the
Cool.
first question is were you always Mandy? And if not, how did you become Mandy?
In the beginning of my career, I was a man middle stripe D, like Mandy. And then a friend of me told me that why shouldn't you change your name to Mandy, like your real name? And I was like, why not? It's my music. It's who I am. So now I'm Mandy.
Very cool. And is making music something that you wanted to do since you were a kid? What was there another passion that you had when you were little?
I really like to watch football. I was a big fan of Brazil and of Real Madrid. So I wanted to become a football player, but I didn't become one. So
So you wanted to play soccer growing up, or sorry, I'm American. I apologize. You wanted to play football growing up. What was the path that drew you to music?
Hardstyle, because I started listening to it back in the days in 2009, and that changed my mind to become a DJ.
Mm. So where did you get that DJ bug? Were you introduced in to instruments early on?
I was introduced to a synthesizer. I had it in my room and I really like to play on it.
And what's your process for making music? And as you wanted to come up, you listened to hardstyle. Um, did you kind of grow into becoming a producer, or were you a DJ first?
I was a DJ first, but I play on synths and then I have a producer who works with me. But yeah, I think I'm more of a performer than anything else.
Very cool. So, or how old were you when you were kind of
Mhm.
discovered, so to speak?
I think I was discovered about 8, 9 years ago when I was 14, 15 years old. Yeah, I was really young though.
Yeah, 14, 15. That's crazy. And what platform did you get discovered on?
First, I was signed at Structure Agency in Belgium, but then the name changed to Platform Agency. So yeah, now it's Platform.
Oh, very
Structure
cool.
Agency yeah, it stopped.
And was there a spot online that you were posting music to, or how exactly did you get about and get discovered?
I was discovered on SoundCloud because I
Ah,
posted a set on SoundCloud, which was discovered by them. So they gave me the chance to play at small events and festivals.
that's really cool.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
so once you started doing that, what did the people around you think? Like, for instance, what did your friends think about you actually being a professional DJ?
Yeah, at first sight, they found it like weird because it's not something normal in our culture. If you say I want to become a DJ, they're like, that's not possible, you know. It's like more a hobby,
Mm,
not a real job.
yeah, right. I mean, to this day, my parents still think I don't have a real job, so it's fun.
But it's a real job.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
speaking to that, so that's what your friends thought. What about your parents?
In the beginning of my career, I didn't had like contact with my father, so
Mm,
yeah, but I know he was watching what I was doing. And then my mother, she was in the beginning like, you need to go to school, you need to be graduated. But I think when it started to become more serious, my career, then she was like, okay, we can give it a try. And now she has my back in everything I do.
man, that's really cool. That's parental support is just such an important thing in this business. That's so cool. When did you understand that, DJing could be more than just your passion? And when did you realize? it was your full-time gig, so to speak. So was there a turning point, or was there a more slowly gradual building um, towards a full-time career? So when did you feel like music could be more than just a passion for you? And when did you figure DJing was now your full-time job?
I think it was at school when I had like bookings in the evening, and then after that evening I needed to go to school, so it was difficult to combine these two lives together. So I didn't know what I wanted to do at school. It was like wasting my time, and I wanted to become a DJ, but I couldn't follow like a lesson to become what I want there. So I wanted to become a DJ, and yeah, at school it's not possible. So I chose, I chose to follow my heart and choose for my DJ career.
For sure. And you said you got discovered around 14. How long were you DJing before that?
Not long, few months maybe, because of the set on SoundCloud, which was discovered. I played a few sets before at home, but nothing special, you know.
Wow, that's amazing. So you said to yourself that you just wanted to pick up DJing. You posted a set and
It
instantly got
it was it wasn't like serious at that point, but I decided to give it a try, and I'll see what will happen.
That's such a cool story.
It is.
Who was your biggest musical influence when you were younger?
DJ Koen, I first heard his music in 2009, and I was mind blown because it was like a new genre to me to hear. Mm.
It was kind of innovative at the time, right?
Yeah, it's an amazing genre, and there is no genre that's the same as hardstyle.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
especially Koen, his music. I really like his music. But I have a funny story about it. When I was 12 years old, I bought a ticket for Koen and the Gang, which is an event of Koen. And I wanted to go there, but my parents, they found the tickets and they were like, oh no, you're not going to that party. It
How old
wasn't
were you when
12.
when that happened? You were 12.
Yeah, it wasn't like legal, but I wanted
Oh,
to try, but
yeah.
I was a bad kid.
So what about hardstyle? What is it about hardstyle that attracts you to that genre?
Everything about it, the kicks, the melodies, and because it's a little bit faster than EDM, it's on 150 BPM. So yeah, I really like it because it's so powerful.
Mm. Is there sort of a melding that you do between hardstyle and different sort of genres, subgenres? Are you mixing those two in together?
Yeah, in my music style, like the Mandy style, I combine hardstyle with other genres. So sometimes trap or techno or trance, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's really cool. So you're really getting hardstyle with
Yeah.
a bunch of different subgenres mixed in. So this kind of creating this kind of hybrid type of sound. That's really awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, I like the basic hardstyle, but I wanted to do more.
More eclectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. In addition to your music, what's the most important thing for you to share in your career? Let's say like 20 years from now, what's something that you would share?
That it's not only a man's world, female can do it as well. I want to make a statement of that yeah, female can do everything they want. It's not only something men can do. Yeah, women in the scene, so we need to stand our ground.
Yeah, 100%. And how do you feel like people perceive you in the industry when they do see you as female?
They are quite harsh sometimes, because if they see you and they're like, oh, she can't DJ because she's blonde and she has green eyes, it's they always have some
Yeah, so I would say like they maybe have a prejudice against you, and
Yeah,
they want you to be a certain way because of how you look.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Right on. So with that, and comes obviously a bunch of other prejudice just from people perceiving you and how you should be a female DJ in the industry. Um, how do you deal with sort of the older generation's view when you said earlier that people expect you to, get a diploma, and then get a job? Uh,
Mhm.
how, what how do you cope with that perception or with that prejudice, um, in terms of being a DJ and doing what you do?
Yeah, the older generation is more difficult because, in their opinion, you need to study and be graduated and be like a lawyer or that kind of jobs. But I think we are in a position and a time that everything is possible. So I do what I want and I don't care actually what someone else says.
Dude, that's such a punk thing to do, right? Like it's such a rebellious nature into what allows us to sort of grow and to evolve music, and that's always what music has been. And I feel like that's a really cool sort of spirit to have, that freedom of spirit into doing what you love, and that's really inspiring.
Yeah, everything is possible to me.
For sure. So if you could say anything, to yourself when you were younger, let's say your 15-year-old self, what advice would you have given?
Be grateful for the parents you have because sometimes it's not possible for everyone to do what I wanted to do because my parents weren't like that strictly. So on the same note, I'd say to parents to support your kids in everything they want to do because anything is possible.
For sure. That's a great, that right there, that line, anything is possible. That's that's gold. And I think that I've got kids, and that's what I'm trying to teach them as well, is don't be boxed in, don't let somebody define who you are, but always try to think with an open mind and know that anything's possible, and that's really strong.
Mhm.
How has this past year gone for you? We've all been kind of stuck at home, uh, inside, trying to make sense of what's going on in the world around us. What did you expect to achieve at the beginning of 2020, and how did that change?
In the beginning of January and February, no, I played in January and February, but in the beginning of March, I only had like 2 gigs, and my last gig was Reverse, and after Reverse, everything went down because of COVID-19, and I didn't had gigs for 9 to 10 months, and then I was playing in Switzerland, I guess, for 600 people. So that was really strange to play for an audience after 10 months. And then, yeah, in October it was my last gig as well. So yeah, it's already a few months ago.
Mm,
So I think I had 3 shows last year,
wow.
but I had like a really full agenda. So
Yeah,
really, it's really hard.
of course. And with that being at home, are you still working on music at all?
I'm working on a collab with Perfusion, which is coming out pretty soon. Um, and I'm really excited about the track. It's a good track, in my opinion, and I can't wait to let you guys hear the track.
Mm. And understanding how sort of DJing has evolved into more of, on the internet, like live streaming, being together in Zoom rooms, how has that sort of filled that void of live performing for you?
It's yeah, I like it, but it's more boring to me because I love to play for an audience, and not seeing the crowd is so different.
Mm.
I want it to be the new normal.
Yeah, right. Man, I can't wait till we go back out again.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to my first gig.
Yeah.
Will be
So,
crazy.
yeah, right. So for us DJs, performing our tracks, is a real great experience because you get to see that live feedback on your
Mhm.
arrangement. You get to see how people feel at certain parts or certain phrases of your songs. How is it having no that sense of no feedback on your new songs and trying them out at gigs lately? Is it harder as a performer to kind of figure that out?
It is harder because as a performer, it's hard because the only way we can see the effect is at a show and you can hear their reactions like, whoa, you know. And now you only can see the reactions on YouTube or Twitch or those kind of platforms. Yeah, it's different because you can't feel the same adrenaline or energy than you
Mm.
have with an audience.
So take me through a track. So is there a track that you played for the first time, uh, maybe at a festival previously, and then kind of were never able to kind of A/B how other crowds felt?
We Are Warriors is a track I released 2 weeks before Reverse, and I played it the first time at Reverse, and the last time I played it in October in Switzerland. So I played the tracks 2 times,
Oh man.
but not a lot.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, it is, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, right? So in the past year, did you start doing finding new sort of ways to put yourself out there as a DJ? Like for instance, did you start doing live streams?
So I started a live stream of myself putting on YouTube each month, which called Mood Boost, and I recorded at home. So it's a set for around 15 minutes, and I started to do it because of COVID, because yeah, I didn't have some gigs, and I wanted to share my music in that way.
Right on. Um, as we come into 2020 and it's already February, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
What's your dream for this year? And let's say when if things improve due to the vaccination getting rolled out, what
Mhm.
what's something that you look forward to?
Playing at the main stage of Tomorrowland, that's an absolutely big dream, but I don't think that will happen really fast. Yeah.
Right. And are there other songs and things like that you're working on for this year?
The collab with Perfusion, and then I'm working on another solo track, but we only have the vocals yet, so it's still hard work on
Still
hard
early.
work on the track. Yeah.
When do you guys think that that's going to come out?
The collab,
Yeah,
or we hope in April or March.
got it.
We
Cool.
are still checking out.
Are there any dream collabs that you have?
I want to do a collab with Travis Scott because he's my absolute favorite in everything. He's a king of hip hop.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mandy, for taking the time to talk with us today. This was At Home with Mandy. And
Thanks for the
don't
invite.
forget, yeah, and don't forget that Mandy's got a new track with Profusion coming out later this year. Hope make sure that you check that out.
Go
Thanks,
check it
everybody.
out.
We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.